opening today. If you look on the 1 hour chart over here, it looks like we're kind of at a peak of the zigzag pattern. If we look at the 4 hour chart here, we're like right smack in the middle. If we look at the short-term chart, we can see that we're uptrending and we're getting closer. The bottoms are getting closer to the blue SMA, which says to me that it's losing a little momentum, and we are sitting right there on the support. So more than likely, it's probably going to bounce off that point and go up. And as each peak is getting, I don't know, maybe just a little bit lower each time, but still higher than the last one, I still think it's going to go up, but maybe not too high. Okay, here we are in a long position, and it dropped back down again, but as long as it stays above the blue SMA, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, this is a upcoming thing that's going to be changing a lot this morning, and there's a Fed meeting at 2 p.m. and they're going to be talking about what's happening with the interest rates. Okay, looks like we're very slowly thinking about turning up. And now it's opening bell finally, 5 seconds after, and it decided to go up finally. And I put in my exit order on this Fibonacci line here, which was a fairly conservative place, I think. And it kind of freaked out when it went back down again. I thought, I don't know, I want to get out here just in case it decides that's as far up as it's going to go. And that was a pretty good movement, 1750. It did end up going right to that Fibonacci line, came back down and bounced off of the gold SMA. So I thought that might be another opportunity to do another long. So I put in an order here to get in, and it took. Then it dropped down to the blue SMA, which I suspected might be the case. I just got impatient getting in. I should have just waited. And then it dropped a little bit more. And if you notice the 1 hour chart over here, this is looking pretty bearish. It's we've got 2 red candles now as a drop. And I could definitely see it dropping to the gold SMA down here, which is the 50 on the Fibonacci line, 50%. So that would not be good. 50% is way down here. So I wouldn't want to hold on for all that. So as it sits right now, I just lost all the profit and a little bit on that first trade. So I decided, since this peak was quite a bit lower than that one and even lower than that one, we were most decidedly losing momentum, and it does look like maybe we are going to be seeing a drop here soon. I decided to reverse positions, so I reversed right there, and it dropped a little. It has to break through that blue SMA support right here before it can drop. And just out of curiosity to play around with the Fibonacci lines, I switched it around. So we're going down and up. So it's going to show how far down it's going to drop when, the way this is arranged with the Fibonacci line. So I don't know, that's pretty reasonable. It's kind of interesting how that all works out with a lot of your same peaks and troughs. Okay, and then it decided to go up. So I am still kind of questioning. I think it's probably going to drop at this point. It's just, unfortunately, I got in at a bad time. Right, and you can also see these 2 SMAs are getting closer and closer and closer to each other as they kind of curl over, or at least flatten out. All right, the MACD looks like it's about ready to drop. And it didn't, it went way up. And this is 10:30 at this point. So if you look at the time frame here, 9:30 is right here. Usually there's way more candles in that period of time. It's been extremely slow this morning, and I know it's because that 2 p.m. Fed meeting is making everybody kind of hold their breath and not do anything. So kind of feel like I need to hang on until that happens in order to do what I need to do today. So, all right, so at some point I got out. I decided I wasn't going to ride it up any further, and I got out at a loss. And so now I have a $30 loss, which is, it's in the realm of possible or reasonable. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we watched a drop here and a recovery possibly. And this told me that the bulls are coming back out again. I switched over here to the 15-minute chart so you can see it's kind of fluctuating between that 0 and the support there. So I decided a reverse long to get back into a long at this point. So that would be a small loss, and then reversing positions would be the thing to do. And it went up, so that was very good. Got back a little bit of profit. And I got out on that one. And I've made 4 trades, and basically I am a little less than break even because of the commissions that entails. That's actually, commissions cost more than the money that I've made here. Possible I could have hung on a little bit longer. Don't know. Okay, this is what they're saying. All eyes are on the Federal Reserve, and they said it's kind of flat, and it's 11:16, so we've got a few hours yet to go. Okay, I decided to here at this point, I still think it's kind of losing momentum. Maybe not as quickly as I thought back here, but I decided to do a short at this point. So I got into a short. MACD looks good. I think this is probably a good trade. One of the first this morning that I've actually made that seems like it might be in a good place. The first trade I made was good, but then the other 3 were just kind of, I don't know. I didn't do very well with those. All right, so let's see. There's a short, and it kind of flopped around for a while. Didn't really want to do anything. It started to drop. The MACD is starting to turn. I have my exit order in down here, 1 tick above it, the SMA, and it looks like it might drop. It hesitated just long enough. I decided I just wanted to get out right there. And now I'm actually at a very small profit for the day. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I did get out there. Didn't I? Maybe I didn't take it. Oh, it did take it. Okay, this is getting into another trade. I decided at this point I'd like to do another long, so I put in an order here to get into a long. And it took it. And now it's going to go back up. And I decided it probably would go up to that point. I might lower it down at some point. Okay, it went up a little bit. Bounced down. MACD's looking good, so I hung on. Oof. Not good. Not good. Oh, it's getting kind of wild. It's 12:30. Okay, it came back up again. And looks like it might be hitting that support. And in hindsight, I kind of wish that I had gotten out right there. I think that would have been the wise thing to do. Oh, good, I actually did it. All right, so I put my exit order in there, and it took. So now I've made $36.25 minus 6 commissions of almost that amount. So I've made just a couple bucks. My goal is, I think, 42. So, all right, so I decided that probably it's going to be dropping. So I did a short at this point right here. And that was a good call to make. Nice, very, very nice. And it kind of hesitated there, and I thought that was probably a decent profit. So I went ahead and put my exit order in, and it took, and I could have hung on a little bit longer, but that was still a very good trade. Now I've made $67.50 minus 7 commissions. So I've made almost my goal now. Okay, it looks like it's kind of bouncing. And until 2 o'clock, I really don't expect to see a whole lot of movement more than what it's doing because it's just waiting. And that's about 45 minutes away or so. So I want to be cautious here, but I do think it's probably going to make a little bit of a rise. And I don't need to get a whole lot of profit here. So I did a long, which it took. And I'm hoping that it will get up to that point, which isn't very much. Looking good. Doesn't want to do it. All right. That's looking good. Drop back down again. Then drop back down a little bit further. A little bit further. Oh, shoot. Came back up. Came back up a little bit more. All right, now we're starting to see a big movement, and MACD is looking really, really good. I decided I didn't want to wait out another dip in case it was going to do that. I went ahead and got out at this point and immediately got into a short at that point because that dip kind of scared me. I don't know in hindsight if that was such a great idea because the MACD does look like it's going to tip up, but I did. And okay, 5 minutes till the Fed decision, 2 o'clock, and I'm hoping that will drop down. 2 minutes to the Fed decision, and I decided there's 30 seconds left till the Fed decision comes out, and I just didn't really want to be in it when I was pretty sure the movement was going to be pretty big, and I honestly didn't know which way it was going to go. I've been thinking, I made the prediction yesterday that it was going to go up quite a bit, but this is not looking like it may go up. So we've got conflicting information. I just wanted to get out. So I did, fortunately. Got out, and actually I met my goal, and I actually surpassed it a little bit. So I was very happy with that. And then it started to move very quickly. So you can see my trades here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 trades. And if you move the decimal place over, you can kind of compare it to what we have been trading in the past. And I would say all these are very moderate trades. These are very good trades. And I'm happy with those. There's just a lot of them, unfortunately. But I did eventually get to where I was going. Okay, so the Fed decision came out and it shot up pretty high. And then it came back down and it kind of bounced. And it kept going up. So I changed my Fibonacci lines back to see how far up it would go. And remember, I had said that it was going to get up to like 53.05, 53.08, somewhere in there. And so I wasn't terribly surprised that it was going up after all. I wasn't 100% certain this morning. And so I'm just kind of sitting here watching it at this point. I'm not going to trade anymore for the day because I'm done. I'm just trying to figure out. It's just fun to watch it. I don't know, just try to see if my predictions are true. It's always interesting when you have a big movement upwards like that. It gets kind of scared after a little while, and it will kind of make a recovery move. And those are oftentimes really good to get in as a day trader. You want to get in along. Okay, stocks move slightly higher following the Fed's decision to leave rates unchanged, which is not a huge surprise. I don't know why the market reacted like it did because it kind of knew that was the case. But anyway, that was the trading.